Welcome to Suladan Plays KnightFall. Okay, it loaded. Start and quit. How does start? Oh, okay, you literally just WASD to attack, escape to quit. Huh. Well. This is like a reverse version of, I remember there was a game I played a long time ago. Okay, my attack right. Well, when you die, the game just kind of sits there. I have to say, this is a problem in design. If you have to close the game every time you lose. My attack range was very much smaller than I predicted it would be. And since it's very directional, let's try this again. So should I just do that endlessly in all directions? Let's try this again. Should I just avoid the enemies? Not deal with them? Oh, there we go, that works. I'm not getting anything for that. I do have to make a minor complaint on the fact that the, it seems to be very random on whether the enemy kills you or you kill them. I'd almost be tempted to set up a X-Patter and just set it to a, you know, hold down the button and it goes, but it feels like that would be slightly cheap, so I'm just hitting the ASD keys rapidly. Let's just try it this way. I'm not even moving. I'm just gonna keep jamming these buttons. This is KnightFall, everybody. Okay. Well, my fingers are getting tired. Bats, 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 every bat. Why are there so many bats? Why are they so full of bones? Why are they so full of femurs, specifically? This is a very strange world, you see. Every bone is a femur. And when you die, you just explode into bones. Rest fans. Oh. Oh dear. Oh dear, we're in a new area. Pretty. What's out to kill me here? Skulls. Skulls that explode into more tiny femurs. I don't think that's how skulls work, sir. Well, in any case, they are not going to get me. Oh, I can just hit all three keys at the same time? Oh, man, this makes my arm tire out. I don't know what's up with that one, he's going the wrong way. And that would be the one that would kill me, probably. I'm kind of... Oh, you got way too close for comfort, sir. I'm at a loss for words to describe this game, but it's beautiful. This area's music is a lot less, I guess, upbeat and energetic than the previous one. Oh, you're kidding. Oh, yep, I die. I made it to the next area. The game doesn't seem to have a proper death condition, though. I mean, the character dies, but then it just continues. try this one more time. So many bones. The bottom of the fall will just be a mountain of bone. Swap hands. Let's try right-handed. No, don't go down quite that fast. I'm gonna try actually moving a little bit this time. I don't know how that one hit me, but you know, that's about the end of this one. It's a fun game, but I have two main critiques. One, the attack range is, oh, I don't know what y'all are doing, but okay. Oh goodness. Well, that was glorious. Okay, Jimbo, you get to follow us. The attack range is somewhat ambiguous, and it seems like the enemies damage you far further away than their sprite would imply. The fact that you have to keep jamming so many keys is very, unpleasantly tiring. Not probably good on the keyboard if you were to make an entire game based around that. And somewhat exploitable, because I could just set up X-Patter and set it to where holding down a key... Actually, I wouldn't even have to do it in X-Patter, I could just do it in Razor. But yeah, fun game. Overall, intrigued. I will be right back. As a proof of concept, I went ahead and just set up a macro real quick for this. So yeah, let's try this. I don't have to worry about doing that anymore, I just press this button once in a while. I just have it cycling between all four directions that... Okay, that didn't work. Yep. That didn't work. Let's try this one more time. I set up a macro. This time, instead of just being set on certain intervals, I just recorded me pressing the button and said do this every time I hit the button. It's a whole lot less work. Maybe you just want to make the game so the knight automatically does all the swinging. I keep hearing a weird gap where he stops swinging and it worries me. May just be a sound effect thing, but anyway, as you can see, running a macro makes this a lot less stressful on the hands. Or the arms, since the muscles that control the fingers are technically in your forearm. It's kind of way up in here. Your fingers are connected by a set of tendons, one set for extending, one set for You know, one set for that, one set for that. And your thumb is, I think, a little different on the tendon setup, but, you know, it's a lot easier to sit here and just intermittently tap a macro button. Thank you, Razer Synapse! Because I realized that doing that would be a lot easier than doing X-Patter and getting a controller and doing the stuff that way. And you still end up losing. So the game is somewhat twitchy on that respect, and I'm not going to keep doing this until we get to the end just to see what the ending is. I really enjoyed the game. I think it could be fun to develop it a bit further and make it a bit less prone to random and less of a strain. Maybe instead of having W, A, S, and D for different directional attacks, just have S and W and have his attack cover like a 180-degree margin. Even if you kept all 4 attack keys and you made it so his attack covered, you know, either the upward half, that half, that half, or that half, it would be less about spamming groups of them. And if you made his attack last a little longer so you don't have to hit the key so frequently, like, you know, Zelda, older Zelda game style swings where you don't have to hit it 10 times a second to survive. Tweak the hitboxes on the enemies a bit, and overall, the game would be vastly improved. But it is fun and interesting as it currently is. It is a game for HoboJam. Yeah. HoboJam Fall. I was going to say HoboJam Fall, but I don't know if Fall is reference to the season or Fall as reference to the game being KnightFall. In either case, I really enjoyed the game. I think it's interesting. So, I found out that if you scroll down on the game's page, there's a second package. Minor note, you might want to put the newer package at the top. There is, the first one was version 1.0.1.0. This is 0.1.2. So some things have been changed. Ironed out some bugs from previous installment, fixed the balance some, and corrected some minor oversights. In the process of adding screen freeze for hit enemies and figuring out what on earth happens at the end of level 2. So let's try this again. Whoa, why am I going off screen? Well, okay, now you apparently don't just hold still. That's... oh, that's neat. It makes moving a little more of a... oh, the speed is still... oh no, Razer, I already got rid of the macro. Having to move may not have helped. Also, the fact that you still have to close the game. One moment. Okay, let's try this again with the macro running. Because the attacking is still somewhat of an issue. But it's still an improvement. And the enemy hitbox did seem to be fixed, because you saw how much the bat had to swerve around me before it actually killed me. It's just still such a large amount of button mashing. Especially given there's 4 different attack buttons you've got to be mashing. Ooh, that bat nearly went into me. The fact that you go up, it does add a little more to it. See, that's one problem I have, is the fact that you have to tap down. If you do it, you go into enemies while you're attacking them instead of, you know, hitting them. But again, it is an improvement. I'm not complaining there. I have mixed feelings about the fact that you fall upwards and have to keep tapping the down key, mainly for the fact that it gives the player less control over their position, and I really don't want to have to do this through the whole game. I mean, I guess I can, and it's not too bad, but... I mean, you may just want to give the player a little bit longer reach on their weapon, which I know would feel a little weird given the size of a sword, but... you know, as it is now, I'm just tapping the down key endlessly while tapping the macro key, which does all the attacking directions, because trying to tap W, A, S, and D that rapidly was wearing out my wrists. Well, wearing out my arms, which the tendons run all the way up. You know what I mean. It was wearing out, it was tiring. Very tiring. But still a marked improvement on the hitboxes and all. So let's see if we can get past the, hey, I'm not falling up anymore. Nope, now I am. No. Let's see if we can get past this section. I'd wonder about, nope, you go past the bottom. Never mind. I'm gonna say I wonder about just hanging out. Locking the character so that they can't go off the sides of the screen would be nice. Because then I could just kind of chill up here. Oh, I do. Okay. So on this one, I'm not going off screen like I was on the other one. Oh, that's so much nicer. I mean, this is kind of less interactive than having to keep me from going to... Oh, now I'm off the screen again. Where'd I go? Where'd I go? Come back. That was weird. I think there's... No, yeah, there's a spot over there where you can go off, and there's where the seam for the background is, and don't spawn way up here. Don't be that skull. Don't be that skull. Hey, 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 hey. Who said y'all could come from the top of the screen? That's cheating. That's cheating. That's the one direction that I least protected on the macro. Because nothing came from that direction before. I didn't want to go back. Okay, apparently. Okay, escape, he just closes the game. Add a way to get back to the menu. When you die or when you hit escape, you want to go to the menu, not to close the entire game. But, that really was an interesting game, and the upgraded version made it at least far more doable. I would look at the attacking mechanism though, because man, my arm is tired now. And that's really a lot of wear and tear to be putting on a keyboard for a game like this. You may want to look into having it where you can hold down. You know, say I hold down the S key. Oh no, some of the enamel on my S key is coming off. Oh well. That's the one downside I found to the... I can't... Okay, cord's not long enough. The Anansi keyboard is that the enamel comes off. The keyboard is fine underneath it, but the black surface enamel on a couple spots came off. Well, mainly the space bar. It's where, you know, my thumb hits the space bar and you know that the side of your fingernail taps a little bit and it just wore through. But it didn't wear into the plastic underneath, which is weird to me. It's like the enamel just came off. Rambling aside, though, one idea would be to have it where, say you hold down the S key, he keeps swinging in that direction, and then you can... Or you hold down the A key and he swings in that direction, and that would mean the player would only have to hit each key once when they need to change direction. Even if they can only attack one direction at a time, it would let them, you know, then dynamically hold down whichever direction they need to be attacking, instead of having to, you know, rapidly be doing this on 4 different keys. It's very tiring, but fun. I enjoyed the updated version, and I look forward to seeing what further development brings. In any case, I'm gonna go ahead and pause here, for real this time, and I will see you next time.